I'm Abby.
And I'm Anna.
And this is Serious Beef.
Welcome.
I feel like I fucked the intro just a little bit there.
I don't think you did.
Okay, I felt like I started laughing because we're back at the Mosquito Library.
We're getting a school library because this room is perfect.
It is. I looked out the
Well,
window.
I take that back. It is perfect except for it's not soundproof.
Right. I looked out the window. I saw this child that I was like kind of staring at us, and that's why I had to look away. And then the thing beeped that it was recording, and so that's why.
I said, oh shit, I gotta go.
That's why.
Hopefully,
I was
no
worried.
one will be running and screaming, and the evil witch
God
from the
willing.
library won't have to get
It's you.
them, which is me.
God bless.
All right, what's our beef?
What's our beef, indeed?
We have got serious beef. I have serious beef. Your beef is not as serious.
As me and God are beefing.
So go ahead. Go. Oh, that does not sound right. Don't do that with God.
Got beef with the Lord.
Okay, give us your beef with the Lord.
No, it's just we just been having a string of bad luck here.
We have absolutely been having a string of bad luck. Absolutely.
My bad luck is just that I forgot stuff and then I was stuck in the rain all that. I had to keep getting out. And
Well, you
being
drove
in
to
the
Muscuda,
rain.
realized you forgot
Stuff.
something,
Had
turned
to
around
go
and went back home.
Then I don't have a garage door opener right now because we got a new garage door opener. So
Okay.
I don't have a remote that connects to it.
Oh.
So that's why I had to
It
keep
only
getting.
came with one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, can you get another one?
We have a universal one. Ash and I both have universal ones, but for whatever reason doesn't want to connect to this.
That's
We're gonna have to either get a
Try to
different
find a
universal
new
thing or
one,
whatever.
yeah.
They wanted another $300 for another remote.
Are you kidding with me? That's insanity.
Yeah,
Why would a remote be that much money?
I know. I don't know.
All right, well,
But listen,
anyway,
it was already.
I got
too
beat with that
expensive.
garage door company. Yeah,
I know it was
Jesus.
already too expensive to get
Yeah.
the damn thing. So
Okay, so you don't have garage door opener. You have
Nope.
to go in through the front door.
yes, so I had to keep getting out in the rain.
Of course, and again, it's that day that the the remains of Hurricane Beryl had finally hit the area, and
Yeah.
it has been raining nonstop
raining
all
all
day. So you're wet.
Oh, yeah.
Going in and out of the house.
I'm stopping wet the whole time because I also had to stop at Walmart to pick some stuff up, and
Okay.
everybody and their brother was at the Walmart, and I'm like, why? So I didn't go at a weird time. I went on my lunch.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
you've been busy then.
I took a late lunch, but still,
But still,
it was
I don't care what time you go to the Walmart. It's always busy.
I know I had to park so far away that I had to walk all the way in.
In the rain, you
In
have
the
no
rain.
umbrella apparently.
I do. I just don't.
Why you
What am I
just
gonna
don't
do
fuss
with
with
it?
it? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. So this whole story, I'm stopping wet. Okay. So I go inside. I bring dog food in. That's what I was getting at Walmart. Okay. And I gotta fucking go out through the garage because I come in, hit the button in the garage, then I go out to the car. So getting back in the rain, bringing
Okay,
the
grabbing
food
dog
in
food. Okay.
and whatnot. Then I feed the boys. I head back out to the car. I hit the garage door thing to shut it, step over the little laser thing or whatever, and didn't make it the first time. So I had to go back and do it again.
never make it.
Had to go back, do it again. Well, they put the new one, when we got a new one, they put the sensor. They didn't take the old sensors off.
Oh.
They just put new ones on, and they're higher. So I got a really
no.
I got a really high step over it now.
Okay.
So, Ashley or everything, not here today, unfortunately.
She would never make it over either.
She would never make it over.
She has short
So-
legs like me. So,
So-
you don't make it. Then you
Right,
made it
so
on the
I
second attempt?
Make it on the second attempt. I
Okay.
get in the car, I see the garage door shut, and I realize that I was supposed to get a box of D&D minis.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to bring that out to Masuda. That's the thing that I had forgotten. Well, I have now once again forgotten it.
You've forgotten it again.
Yeah.
Because you're bringing it to Sam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. We're going through our D&D minis because we're getting rid of a bunch of them because we just have a bunch of duplicates and things like that.
Sure.
And so I had this box, and Sam's friends also play D&D, but they don't have very many minis or not.
Mm-hmm.
And we had been gifted a large box of minis by Tom
Right.
when we started playing D&D. So I was like, well, I'll continue on the good karma, right? I'll offer if they want a couple of these or whatever, because it's we have so many. There's
Gotcha.
literally 100 something minis in this box.
Oh, wow. That's a lot.
Yeah.
So do the listeners know that Tom is my brother?
I don't think they do.
That. But anyway, just
Yeah.
a little side note. Tom is my brother. My older brother.
Tom.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
Who plays D&D with
who
us on
plays
Thursdays?
D&D with us. So now you're going to bring the box to our house. You've forgotten again. You have to go back into the house.
I have to once again back out in the rain, and I
you
have
can't
to
go through the garage.
and I have to unlock the front door because
No garage door.
I
Okay.
have no garage door opener. So I go inside, I grab the box of minis, I say goodbye to the boys, And I go, and I'm like, fuck it, I'm going to go out the front door this time and just lock the door
Why
behind
open
me.
it again and go through the whole thing.
So I do that. I shut the door. I hold the box in my left arm as I'm trying to lock the door with my right, and the bottom of the box falls out, and like all 100 plus minis hit the ground and scatter. So now I get to kneel actually in the rain and pick up every single one of them.
100 plus minis.
And put them all back in the box.
And you only had did any break?
Only the one.
Only
just
one.
The one.
Okay.
Well, I hopefully. I don't think the other ones broke. But yeah, the one, the hand broke off one of the giants I had in there. So.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but because but that's what we do as people. We laugh at other people's misfortune. But,
so yeah, go back to the car.
I can just imagine you standing there. This is like your 13th reason.
Yeah, that's what I was
saying. The bottom of the box.
That's my 13th reason.
Completely gives out.
I know that's a terrible joke to make. We're not supposed to joke about it.
No,
but
we're not.
I still say it all. This is my 13th. It was a moment of like. I told Ash I haven't seen it yet, but I told Ash to check the Ring doorbell video because there's probably a video of me, all of the minis falling out, and I don't even think I said a word.
He just stood there in total
silence,
completely dejected. It's like, this is it for me.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I was done.
But you gathered them up, look at you go, and you brought them to my house, and here we are recording. So it wasn't your 13th reason. You didn't get up.
And my sisters were actually really good. Because
that's a shocker. What do you know?
I know, because I tell them this, and I tell Sam, like, listen, if some of them were broken, don't take offense. They weren't when I put them in there.
Oh no.
But I tell them this whole thing, and then they're showing. Olivia, I guess, had gotten an album.
She got a new ATEEZ album.
Right.
Mail, yes.
And the K-pop albums come with cards, as I have learned.
You get like 3 or 4 cards of the members, so it's always a surprise. You don't know who you're going to get.
So Olivia's going through, and she shows me the whatever card. Okay, or maybe it was Sam, I don't know, but whatever. They're saying that this guy, they're like, oh, titties, or whatever, okay?
Son.
I don't know.
He's in the big titty club.
The man's wearing a sweater.
He's very buff.
The man's wearing a sweater. There's no way. I'm like, what?
Where are the titties? They weren't out.
No. I'm like, I do not care. I was like, here's the thing. I was like, if that's okay, I don't really care about the titties.
Sure.
Okay, the men titties.
Sure.
Sam takes her binder to the section of only the girl groups and then starts just looking for the girls' titties.
Just to cheer you up.
I was like, I don't know that it really worked. And then Olivia's scrolling through TikTok looking for videos of the girls again. The same thing.
Oh yeah, because they're very. Sometimes some of them don't wear a whole lot of clothes. So yeah,
I was cracking up. So
that's hilarious. Aww.
I was like, I'm no better than a man.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, I don't know that this actually works. But yeah, so she pulled like 2 cards and she's like. So I was like, I don't know who that is.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
But of course,
some K-pop girl groups.
I was cracking up, yeah.
That's funny.
But yeah, I forgot to tell you that they were like titties, and I was like, I do not care. And then they're like, oh, okay,
we got you.
Like the binder.
The binder goes to the back section to the girls.
The girls.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So that cracked me up. But so that
what good sisters you have.
Well, I talked one of them down from the ledge today earlier, so I was owed one.
Which is awesome. There for each other. Yeah.
I was owed one.
Yes, you were.
But.
Well, I will tell you my bad luck. Mm-hmm. The first thing, I did actually say this on the podcast that I had a CT scan.
You did. The last time we were on, and you said you had a CT scan, we didn't have any results yet.
Right. Well, I have the results, so here's my bad luck. So I have a hernia, second hernia that I've had. Mm-hmm. Because I have so much scar tissue from, how many years ago are we talking here? 2007, when I had the colon cancer. 17 years already, wow. And so they removed 2 feet of my colon. This is disgusting, sorry to share, but removed that. Removed apparently peritoneum, which is the layer that protects your organs.
Good, now we know. Good to know.
Removed a good section of that to get rid of the cancer.
You need the peritoneum, people.
You need the peritoneum.
Don't lose that.
Take good care of your
peritoneum. Good care of your peritoneum.
Which is the layer that protects in your gut, that protects your organs. So because I have so much scar tissue and I don't have that peritoneum, and then so this is another second hernia.
Another complication.
And so another surgery. So anyway, so that's my bad luck, and I'm I'm pretty peeved about that. But, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You're going to go get it fixed. This is what we do. So we're stockpiling episodes, apparently.
Yeah.
What we decided to do so that after surgery, because I'm going to need a little time to recover.
It's true.
So it'll work.
We make it a special hospital episode.
Right. There you go. We want to do that. But I'm like, if I have surgery where they have to open me up again, which is a possibility, laughing is very painful. Well, so we may not do.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing that according to my sisters, neither of us are funny at all.
It's true.
We're in the clear.
Screw them. We're hilarious.
Anyway. This is a comedy podcast officially.
It says so on the description.
It says so on the description.
So anyway,
funny. My description says so.
Right. So I talked to the surgeon yesterday, and I have to go see him on Thursday this week to make a plan. So I go to bed, and that must have been in my head.
Okay.
Because I have this dream.
Okay.
So I haven't told you this dream yet.
Okay. Well, I think that's what we're doing today. We're going
so let's talk about
tell some funny
dreams. There's some crazy recurring dreams. Who knows?
Recurring dreams.
So I have this dream that I am at Memorial Hospital, which is where I was at.
Okay.
Sunday at the ER. Okay.
Yes.
And I'm talking to the surgeon, and we're trying to decide how we're going to proceed with this surgery. Okay. And I tell him I don't want to have the whole huge incision and be completely opened up again because I've done that twice. Never fun.
My perineum is in danger.
Peritoneum.
What the fuck? I say
perineum.
Perineum.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to cut this out. The perineum, whatever, is the tiny patch of sensitive skin between your genitals.
I don't know why you would need to cut that out. This is information.
I was like, what the hell am I saying?
This information people need to know.
Peritoneum, very different.
Very different.
Equally important.
This is true. Anyway,
sorry, listeners.
But anyway, so I'm not a big fan of being opened up again, right, for the third time. It's kind of this horrible cycle. Every time they open me up, we create more scar tissue, causing more problems. So the surgeon tells me in my dream, well, we have a new method that can handle this. I was
going to the perineum.
No, he says we have a new method that is not invasive at all. And I'm like, I don't even ask for the details. I just say, let's do that. Okay, this is my dream. So
they got Willy Wonka squirrels working on you.
Apparently. They take me down to this room, similar to where if you've ever had a CAT scan or an MRI. Okay, there's this big.
This is the dream.
Big machine. This is a dream.
Just to be clear.
Yeah. In case anybody was wondering, this is in my head in the dream.
Yes.
In the middle of the night last night. He said they put me on this table. I'm flat on my back. The table, moves into this machine slowly.
Okay.
Inside you go. Similar again to an MRI. It's completely enclosed. Little door closes. You're in there.
Oh.
And I'm like, it's really dark. I don't know if my eyes must be closed or it's just that dark that I can't see anything.
Right.
Okay, so I'm laying in this room, completely pitch black, and it starts getting hotter and hotter and hotter.
Oh my God.
To finally where I find they can hear you because there's, you can speak just like in an MRI, you can talk and they can hear you in the other room. And I finally say, it's getting pretty hot in here, and the doctor says,
quote,
and well, I don't know. This is how we're going to fix the hernia. We're going to use the heat to seal up the hernia.
They're going to cauterize it?
I don't know. But
they put you in a microwave.
I'm in a fucking oven.
In a microwave. Mom, they're just kidding. They were putting you down. They were cremating you. They're like, she's a lost cause.
Legit. This is how, we have another method. to the crematorium you go.
Works every time.
I'm like,
it's way cheaper.
It's true. But I'm telling him, man, it's way too hot. Oh, it's about to get a lot hotter, he tells me. And then I wake up.
Oh, my God.
Only to discover my house is very hot.
Okay.
And I get up and discover my AC has gone out.
Oh.
Son of a bitch.
This
is my dream.
And then your bad luck.
And my two things of bad luck. Well, I'm gonna say 3 because I know there was something else earlier and we're counting it as 3. But anyway.
Yeah, we believe in the rule of 3.
Rule of 3. Once you have 3, then you're good to go for a little while. But yeah, I get up to realize it's like 86 degrees in the house and
Jesus.
AC is not pumping out any cold air. And luckily, a guy came today and fixed it.
Oy.
But anyway, so that was my dream. That was my. I feel like I don't ever dream much and I don't remember dreams. But then I started writing them down. the ones that I remember. And I'm like, I actually have a lot to tell you.
Well, good. Well, I have one.
Okay.
I have one.
Go ahead.
I know. I don't have as many because I just don't really remember my dreams.
I usually
as
don't.
well.
I think as a kid, I had more. I had two. Well, as a kid, I definitely had this one recurring dream that I'll tell you. But go ahead and tell me yours first.
Okay. So my dream that I have is, I think I had this dream when we were living at Ashley's parents' house.
Okay.
Because
I remember you calling me and telling me this dream.
Yes.
It's hilarious.
Because we were house hunting at the time. So. Yeah. So I have this dream. So growing up, we originally lived in Belleville. This is true story. This isn't the dream.
This is true. We had a little house, little starter house in Belleville.
Yeah. And then when I was like, I don't know, 9, 10 maybe, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah, Liv was a baby, and it was a 2-bedroom house, so we had to go. We had to find something bigger because we had nowhere to go with Liv.
Yeah, moved out to Mascoutah. Obviously sold that house. We didn't just keep it.
It's true.
We weren't greedy.
Well, some people keep it and have it rented out, but
I know.
We chose not to.
Although the person that bought that house in real life painted it mint green,
and it was white with little black and white and gray awnings, and it was really cute little.
And
house
now it's mint green
with a black roof, and then they painted it mint green. I remember driving by and just like gasping, like, who? I just whistled. Who would pick that color? It was terrible. Anyway. Yeah. Moving on. Go ahead.
In my dream, we were house hunting. Okay. Yeah. And so I had seen in the dream that house had gone up for sale. And I was like, oh, like I remember it being a really nice starter.
It was a cute little house. It really was. Because the basement was finished, which was nice. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, it's a nice little starter house for and I was like, okay, this would be good. Let's go there. Let's just go take a look.
Let's go check it out. Yeah, why not?
It's in Belleville.
It's an open house or whatever.
Yeah. So we get there, and the realtor takes us around or whatever, shows us the house and blah, blah, all this stuff. And I was like, okay, well, it's, nice. And then at the end of the tour, I say to the guy, now, here's the thing. I know that when we lived in this house, we had carpenter ants. Because they were in the tree.
They were in the tree.
That were in the backyard.
Could not get rid of those litters.
No, without cutting down the tree, probably. And so...
They weren't in the house. They weren't nesting in the house, but they would come in every now and then. Yes. It was like, oh my God, so annoying.
So I was like, I know... So that's a true story. Now, in the dream... That
is true.
Right. So in the dream, I asked the realtor...
You tell the guy, I know that
there were carpenter ants.
Here, yeah.
Like, is that still an issue? And the guy says to me, oh, no, we are taking care of it. And then he turns around and points, and I can see in the backyard where there is or used to be a tree. They have cut it down. Okay, so it's just a stump now. Okay. And their way of dealing with the carpenter ants is there is a guy with like a shotgun standing there just firing into the stump.
With a shotgun? Yes. And he's just firing buckshot into the stump. He'll take care of those carpenter ants.
You can imagine. He says, I ask, oh, what about the carpenter ants? Oh, don't worry, we're taking care of it. Look over. Blasted these holes into the stump, and then I woke up.
I was like, did you think that was acceptable? You were like, oh, okay, that'll take care of it.
I think I was like so dumbfounded. I woke
up. Standing there shocked, and you woke up.
I was like, it's like cracked me up. That's the one dream I can remember that I was like,
listener,
that's pretty good.
Do not take care of your carpenter ants with a shotgun.
It's not going to fix anything.
We don't recommend it.
It's not going to fix anything. I will say before we continue on our dreams.
Okay.
Secret sauce.
Okay, secret sauce. I looked up a secret sauce.
Something that would
go with the theme of this week's podcast, and I found a secret sauce called Sweet Dream Sauce.
Sweet Dream Sauce.
How perfect is that?
Perfect.
It is made by African. Help me.
I don't know.
African Dream Foods.
African Dream
Wow,
Foods.
Imagine that. And I will help me. I'm having my episode stroke. I will describe it to you. It is a sweet, fruity sauce with a chutney consistency. Oh. I don't know what chutney is, so I don't know the consistency. It tantalizes your taste buds with sweetness like jam, and then you feel a bit of a tingly spice at the finish. If you feel more than a tingly, if it feels itchy, that means you're allergic.
So go to a doctor about that.
There is our secret sauce.
That's the secret sauce.
So you don't really have any like recurring dreams that you have?
No, we told the listeners already that I had the one dream about like me, the cult, and then like getting walled in or whatever.
Yeah, we did. That was in one episode, and that was hilarious.
That was the 5 a.m. phone call because I told that story, and that's why I was awake.
Yes. So you remember that dream? You remember that dream?
Otherwise, I wouldn't even remember it. Otherwise, I mean, when I was little, like very little, I had like night terrors.
Oh, you did have
but
night terrors.
I don't remember those.
Wake up to screaming her full head off. Yeah. And then
I was a very easy child.
And then one of us would have to sit with you to get you to go back to sleep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, actually, here I have one of you as a kid. So we were trying to get you to sleep in your little toddler bed. Because Sam had to go into the crib because we only had one crib.
I got booted.
You did. And so, unfortunately, it's a little toddler bed. It's very low to the ground. We're thinking it's going to be fine. We didn't put a bed rail. You kept falling out of the bed. We're like, oh my God. So one morning, we go in there and we find you under the bed. You're sleeping underneath.
Okay.
And we're like, I'm down on the floor looking under, like, what are you doing under there, Abby? And you're like, Mom, the chickens were getting me. We had just been on Aunt Marie's farm.
Oh, boy.
Your dad's Aunt Marie. And you love to go out and see the chickens, and you gather eggs with Aunt Marie. Well, then you must have had a nightmare. Chickens were getting you. So you went under your little bed. So we end up having to put the little bed rail on to keep you safe and keep falling out of your bed.
I do know as a baby that I gave Grandma a heart attack because their house, they had like a crib at their house, and I stayed there for a little bit intermittently.
Well, sure.
Because you were kind of ill in the beginning. You had like pancreatitis.
Hence more bad luck.
More bad luck.
Pancreatitis, then a month in the hospital, yes.
Gallbladder and then pancreatitis, yeah. And
so they kept her grandma and Mama took turns, basically taking care of you till out of the hospital.
Yeah, so they had a crib there.
Sure.
And so they put me in the crib, and
you were like 6 months old when I went in the hospital.
Not very big. Not very big. Big enough to like pull myself up and stand on things.
And you were a crawler. Not crawler, I'm so sorry. You were a climber. Yes.
That's me.
You were into everything.
Yeah. So I know, I've heard this story. I don't remember doing this.
Of course.
That Grandma puts me into bed, whatever. She leaves. Fool.
Foolish rookie mistake.
Grandma. And all of a sudden she hears, thud. She comes back and I have somehow managed to climb the crib and pull myself out, and I have landed on the floor. And she's now luckily.
She said it was a very lucky fall.
Yes.
It was hardwood floors.
Yes. But that she had, for whatever reason, laid down a bunch of quilts on the floor. And I don't know if it's because like we were sitting on the floor, because we did that a lot at Grandma's. Sure. She would like lay out some blankets, and that's what we would lay on.
Sit down and play or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if it was like she had those and she just kind of folded them up and not all the way and left them at the foot of the crib. But that's what I landed on, so I was okay.
Yeah, you were totally fine.
But yeah, she heard.
Gave her a heart attack. Though.
I did.
You sure did.
Could you imagine? God. You leave for 2 seconds. Whoa.
You and Liv, one time Grandma was watching her, and Liv had opened the front door and walked down the street. Yep. Then Grandma was like, all of a sudden she's looking around, can't find her, door's wide open, Liv's out and out down to the corner.
I remember this.
Yeah, poor Grandma goes running down the street, having a heart attack.
Oh my God.
I was like, okay, we got to put a bolt on that door where Liv can't learn how to unlock the door.
Jesus.
Or reach. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, back to the dreams. I, as a kid, had the same recurring dream. Okay.
So, I know a dream you had as a kid.
Okay.
So I might know what this is, but
maybe. So I remember I'm with my family, and we are in this old Victorian house.
I did not recall this dream. This is not the one.
We're in this old Victorian house, and it's very spooky and scary. And the old classic monsters are like chasing us through the house. And it's like several floors.
Okay, like the Frankenstein.
Yeah, your Frankenstein, your mummy, your Dracula, your werewolf. They're all chasing us, right?
Yes.
Creature from the Black Lagoon, the whole bit, right?
Right.
And we're running around through the house, running up, and trying to not get caught by these monsters. And the walls are like brown and like muddy, and the mud is like running down the walls of this house. And I remember this clearly. And I remember getting to like the top floor.
Okay.
And getting to like this window. So like I'm like in the attic or something, and I'm at this window, and I can see my family getting in our van.
Oh no.
And leaving. And so they're all getting in the van. Yes.
We got the main ones.
We're all getting in the van, and I'm banging on the window, and I'm yelling, I'm still in here, and I watch the van drive away, and then I wake up.
Oh.
And I would have that dream over and over again.
Oh, my
A therapist would probably have a field day with that dream.
I'll tell you what.
A fear of abandonment?
It's
I don't know.
true.
But I had that dream all the time. But I remember as a kid, my parents taking us to, like, the Boy Scouts or whatever would put on this haunted house. Mm-hmm. That wasn't that scary. You know, it wasn't really that scary, but apparently, and people would be dressed up like Frankenstein, the Mummy, Dracula, and I can remember this, like, one where a hand was coming up out of, like, the mud. And so I don't know that's where the blood came from or what, but I don't know. Spooky. I was like thinking they were all going to leave me or something.
Spooky.
But I would have that dream all the time.
Oh, man.
And yeah, that was upsetting.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I only remember that Carpenter Ants dream because I told you.
Because you told me?
Because I told you. I know that I told the story of that 5 a.m. phone call dream, right? Mm-hmm. And I forgot that dream entirely until you had mentioned that is why I had woken
told
up.
That really funny dream. Yeah,
I had completely forgotten why. But I forget my dreams really easily, but I'll usually remember for like 24 hours. I thought I was too.
Now, I will tell you, I had some other ones that were pretty funny because one time I dreamt that we were living in the Target. Mm-hmm. Do you remember this? I remember telling you that.
Yes, because I was trying to think of, like, do I have any dreams? And I was like, well, what was that time that we were living in the Target? I was like, nope, that was Mom.
It was me. We were living in the Target. And we were just like, okay, time for bed. Everybody go get some jammies. Yes. And they would close up and we all just, like, went to bed. So we were, like, secretly living. And no one who worked or owned the Target knew we were living there. Yeah. But somehow it was
I don't think we could have pulled that off in a Target, but I think in a Kmart we could have pulled it off.
Kmart you probably could have pulled it off. Because they even had, like, a bed section. Maybe we could have. Mm-hmm. They had cribs and stuff. I mean,
in a Sears? We could have pulled it off in the Sears.
Yeah, or a Penny's. They got beds. Mm. Well... Anyway,
we digress.
This other dream I have a lot is that spiders are all over the place. Now, here's the thing. They're not all over me. Yeah. They're all over your father.
Well.
And then I have to kill them. So I smack him.
Yes.
Because I'm killing the spiders. And he wakes up like, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, I'm killing the spiders. And then he's very unhappy with me. I was like, I was saving your life. But
oh my God.
He didn't appreciate that one.
No, he did not.
No, he didn't. But I will tell you, the man, he himself would talk when he was very young. Now he's just worn down with life and he's too tired.
Yeah.
When we were young.
I remembered
he would talk in his sleep all the time. And the one that really, he scared the crap out of me because he would yell. He sat up in bed, yelled, arms up in the air, touchdown. Yells, touchdown. And I'm awoken to this yelling touchdown, and I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? And then he lays back down and goes back to sleep. Doesn't even know he's done it.
Doesn't even know he's done it.
Doesn't even know done it. Now, another time, I come to bed, because he was in bed first, so he gets up very early. Yeah. So I come to bed, give him a kiss goodnight, and he goes, who is that? And I'm like, it's Anna. Who else would it possibly be?
Who is that? What do you mean?
And then he asked me, is it Anna from the past or Anna from the future? And I said, Anna from the right now, go to sleep.
Anna from the present.
Anna from the present.
Go because I have a gift.
I am a gift.
I have a gift.
Oh my God.
Well, I've got one. Okay,
I got one more than Wayne did.
Hit me.
One more than Wayne did. He, same thing, came to bed, gave him a kiss goodnight. He says, cover your eyes.
No.
And I'm like, what? He goes, cover your eyes. I said, why do I need to cover my eyes? He says, I'm going to turn the light on. I said, why you need, it's okay, don't turn the light on. It's okay, you're in bed, I'm going to bed, it's okay, you don't need to turn the light on. He goes, are you going to cover your eyes or not? Because I'm turning on the light. And I'm like, why do you need to turn the light on? He goes, because I have to be able to read the tape measure. So then I say, why do you need to read a tape measure? And then he says, because I need to be able to measure you. And I'm like, what? And then he says, I'm turning on the light. I'm like, you know what, go for it. He turns on the light. He's sitting on the edge of bed. He looks around and he goes, what am I doing? And I was like, oh my God, turn off the light. Go to sleep.
He said,
oh
I'm turning it on.
Why? I can read the tape measure. I was like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
That's pretty funny.
That was pretty funny. I did tell, one time I talked in my sleep, out of the blue, I looked at him and I said, where are they playing the MLB All-Star game?
Yes, I remember you telling me this.
And he says to me, oh, baby, I love it when you talk dirty to me.
Yeah.
And then we just laid there laughing because it's like, what?
Where did that come? Where are they playing the Illegal
All-Star Game? Why would I ask him that?
No.
Crazy.
That's hilarious.
That's like the only time I've ever done that. And we just laughed our asses off. It was so funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Now, I do have one about Sam. Do you recall we were in the old house, the first house, and you guys had bunk beds in there?
I do recall this.
Okay, so
I know exactly what this is.
We start with Sam. I know what this is. We start with Sam on the bottom bunk because she's littler, you know. She's actually a little more fearful of things. So we're like, we'll put her on the bottom and put you on the top. Mm-hmm. You can climb up there, no problem, and you're not afraid to do it. She wakes up in the middle of the night, crying, carrying on. She's all upset. We go in there. We're like, what's the matter? She's like, the lions are getting me. Oh. So the lions were getting her in her sleep. So we said, okay.
Now, I will tell you, I don't know if you know this, but I switched beds rather amicably, I think.
Really?
I didn't really bitch about it.
No, you didn't at all.
Yeah. And I will tell you, because I don't know if you know this.
Well, I didn't say that, but we decide we're going to switch her to the top bunk.
Yes.
And we tell her, okay, why don't you sleep in the top bunk? Because then the lions can't reach you.
Right.
That's kind of how we got her to switch.
Now, here's the thing.
Now, why were you okay with it?
Well, here's the thing. I, that night, had this dream that, like, I had, like, seen the Grinch up there, okay? And was scared shitless. I mean, so scared, I did not get up and go tell you. I was so scared in this bed.
You thought you saw the Grinch,
like,
on the ceiling or something?
Yeah, I had a really tough time sleeping as a kid.
You did. She was scared of everything. So scared.
Yes. But I had like a very overactive imagination.
You did. That was probably part of it.
And
because it wasn't like we'd let you watch a ton of scary stuff or anything.
It was like I remember
but you would come
young.
up with these crazy things that are getting you, and we're like, that's not even possible.
Yeah, no, I didn't know I was the Grinch because I wasn't even like afraid of the Grinch.
Right, the Grinch wasn't that scary.
For whatever reason, I wasn't afraid to watch the Grinch.
No, not at all.
But for whatever reason, that night I was like
thought
scared.
You saw him.
So yeah, I was scared so bad that you were like, you want to switch and sleep on the bottom? I was like, yes. I was like, she's dead.
Didn't you need to convince her? She threw her sister to the wolves. Hilarious. No, I had no idea. You had never told me that. That is hysterical.
I was like, it was one of those, like, I would be scared and I would get up and I'd go into your room.
She would stand. No, sometimes you wouldn't even say mom. You would stand next to the bed. You would stand there looking at me. And then I'd wake up at the start. And I'd be like, Abby, what are you doing? Why are you in here?
Christ.
And then she would say in this tiny little voice, I'm scared.
I didn't sleep well.
Can I sleep with you? I'm scared. And I would be like, oh my God.
So you see Donkey from Shrek? Can I sleep with you?
Oh
please?
My God. So of course we would let you lay down for a little while, but then we're like, no, you got to go back to your bed because there's not enough room in this bed. So then one of us would stay with you till you fell asleep again. But the thing is, we switched Sam to the top bunk, right? Yeah. And that night, she wakes up crying and carrying on, and we go in there, we're like, what's the matter? The butterflies were getting her. I was like, okay, at that point, I'm like, for fuck's sake.
You have to live with that.
I said, listen, butterflies are not going to hurt you. You're okay. You're staying up here. Like, this is fine. To this day, she does not like butterflies. We went to the butterfly house over in, it's part of the botanical gardens, but it's not like at the main botanical gardens area. It's further out. I couldn't even tell you where it's at because I didn't drive and I don't pay attention to that kind of stuff. But we went there. Have you ever been to the butterfly house? Over in St. Louis?
I
mean, it's similar to the one at the zoo.
I must have been there at least once, I think. Because I thought
they used to go on field trips and stuff. But we went and we're walking through and I loved it. It was amazing. There's a ton more butterflies in there than the one at the zoo. Mm-hmm. I thought they're landing on you. You can put your hand out and land on your hand.
I think I went. It's fantastic. I think I recall going.
We're walking through. Now, Sam is an adult. This was like 2020. It was pandemic. Okay? Or 2021. I can't remember.
Okay.
I remember we had masks on, so it was probably 2020. Mm-hmm. Sam hated it. She didn't care for it. Because the butterflies were getting her.
As an adult, didn't like it.
As an adult.
Really?
Does not like butterflies.
I find
Liv
butterflies
and I
fascinating.
are having a ball. Mm-hmm. She's like, there's still bugs. Sam really, she just didn't like it.
That's fair.
Which, I mean, teach his own, right?
I'll give her that. But Olivia doesn't like ladybugs.
She hates ladybugs. Mm-hmm. Because, you know why? Well, if you recall, I think it's usually in the fall. They'll kind of all swarm.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think
sort of. Swarm is such a
I would say swarm. They don't like attack or anything.
No, but you see a lot of them. Usually.
They're kind of, or you'll see a ton of them just kind of like hanging out in one place. Mm-hmm. So it looks like this big swarm of them, but they're not gonna hurt you or anything. But we were at the school and she saw like a whole bunch of them. I don't know if they were hanging out on the side of the building or what, where they were, but then they would get inside, whatever, and it would just freak her the fuck out. Like she hated them. So of course we love to give her shit about it.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. Well, now personally, I don't like spiders, which is I think a pretty universal thing. I
despise spiders, so yeah.
But I also don't like ants.
I despise.
I fucking hate ants.
You're right.
And I think that's because
the carpets are gonna eat you.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, I think it's because the carpenter ants lived at the old house, and then we had an ant issue. Just like the little,
those little tiny ones every freaking summer.
Yes. Oh. Now here's the thing, listener. Ashley planted some lavender and some lemongrass in our little like front planter in front of the house. Put some in there. I'll tell you what, we ain't had an ants issue.
That's awesome.
I know. It's like a natural deterrent. It also keeps like flies away.
I've heard bugs don't like lavender.
Spiders don't like peppermint.
Oh, okay.
Fun fact.
Well,
spiders don't like peppermint, but yeah.
We found this spray that we would spray every year. Of course, you got to spray around kitchen windows and doors. And then we haven't had since, but now I just have a professional come spray because I ain't having that spider.
I hate bugs.
So many spiders in my basement, and now we don't really hardly have any, so that's great. Yeah.
Well, okay, listen to this.
Yep.
Olivia being afraid of ladybugs cracks me up because you can go on like Amazon, you can order like a ton of them.
Real ones.
Yes.
Yes, you guys told me this that you were gonna get those.
I would. It's like $20.
Oh my!
It was like $20, and you got like fucking 5,000 ladybugs or something.
Oh my god!
And it's meant to be because they like ladybugs are really good for like say tomato plants because like aphids and things like that'll
because they eat the other bugs, don't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Aphids will like can like decimate plants,
can, yeah.
And so farms will buy them and then release them on the farm, and they will kind of keep the like pest population down.
So now, what are the ones that are like orangey or yellowy? Those aren't ladybugs.
Those are different, but I don't know anything about them.
Those are. She hates those too. Yeah, she hates all of them.
So I always jokingly said that I'm gonna order. If she pisses me off really bad, I'm gonna order her. I'm gonna have an order of Amazon's gonna deliver some fucking ladybugs to her house.
No, because it's my house, and I don't want her to open that up in my house. I will kill you.
Sure.
You will not. I will not be happy with you.
But that I wouldn't.
Now I have to tell you, I do have one more that I can tell you.
Okay, hit me.
Because when I was a kid, as the listeners probably already know, we love Godzilla, right? And we would, my family gather around the popcorn. Godzilla's on tonight, right?
This is the one that I think I.
Oh, this one you thought I was going to tell?
Yeah, this one I know.
Okay, this is one I remember because it was actually pretty hilarious.
Yeah.
And so we're watching Godzilla, loved it. Time to go to bed. Now, this is what's kind of amazes me because I was actually very scared of Godzilla.
Yeah.
And it's a dude in a suit. So because we're watching the old, these old movies.
Yeah.
And why I was scared, I don't know. But when you're a kid, that shit looks real, I guess. I don't know. So
I bought in.
I always thought Godzilla his face was gonna be outside my window. Okay, so here's my dream. We watch the Godzilla movie, go to bed. I dream that Godzilla is attacking me.
You look outside your window, you said.
No. That I was so scared of him that I thought I was gonna look at my window and there he was gonna be. Like in the movies, like you look at the window and like there he is, the eyeballs looking in or something. So I was always afraid of that. But this night, so I'm dreaming that he's attacking me. Okay, and I can remember in my bed and I'm thrashing around, I'm kicking my feet, and he's biting my feet. Okay,
Gasp.
Godzilla is like biting my feet,
and
I'm freaking out. And I finally wake up and it's our cat. The cat is biting my feet, and
that's pretty good.
So I remember and then I kicked him. I'm like, get off of my bed.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I was so mad. So I thought it was very Godzilla. Funny. Like Godzilla could get in my room and bite my feet. Like he would be that small.
See, you're saying like you were saying like you always thought he was gonna walk by the window,
yeah.
Right? Okay, so for me, like as a kid, I had this like very overactive imagination. So all I needed was the seed of something to be planted, basically, right? Like I just needed my friends at school to read those. You know the scary stories to tell in the dark books. Oh, yeah. All I needed was somebody to say a little bit of that, and I would try to not act scared. But it's like now it's stuck in my head, right? And so, I would then go to sleep or whatever, okay? And I would wake up in the middle of the night, and my room was at the top of the stairs. Like when you come up the stairs, my room was the first door on the right.
Yep.
Okay, and I typically would sleep with the door open. I don't know why, but I just did not like it closed. And so I would keep the door open.
Because you were wanting to keep a vigil of what was going to, because you told me later, you hated being at the top of the steps there and you were the first room because whatever came in
was going to get my ass.
You first. And I'm like, nothing's coming in.
Well, so I'm up there and whatever it was that had spooked me a little bit. Okay. It's stuck. And so now it'd be like, it's like 2 a.m. And then I sit up for like hours. Okay, and I just stare at the top of the stairs like any second now something's gonna come up the stairs and it was gonna freak me out. So I didn't really have a lot of dreams. I just didn't sleep well. I just never
just didn't sleep because you were so afraid.
And I never liked. This is more funny. That I never liked going to bed.
Oh my God! You fought it, and you would literally say,
"I had too much to do."
Your head would be nodding. You would be falling asleep. I'm like, "Come on, Abby, let's go to bed." I'm not tired. And it was just like you would just fight it so much.
Yeah.
Oh,
I had too many things I wanted to do.
You just were like, "I can't possibly go to bed. I have a long list to do of things to do yet tonight."
Do you understand how many things I
fought me on it? I know. You know, you would play so cute when you were little. You'd play with your toys and you would do the story. And I love listening to you play and tell have your people, your little animals or people or whatever, talk to each other and hear your story. And then one day you told me, Mama, did you know that you can tell the story? You can like talk inside your head and you don't have to say the words out loud. And I was like, yes. And then I never got to hear your stories again. When you played, you would sit and play and be quiet and you would say your stories in your head. And I'm like, oh, damn.
She's like, damn it, there's a whole political intrigue going on right now. And I don't know what Simba did, but he did something.
Damn it.
Because it was always the animals.
It was always the animals. She had so many little animal toys. Right. She would turn her rocking chair on its side and make it be Pride Rock or something.
Classic. Classic.
Oh, yep, all the time. All right, listen. I have a skinny scoop poop if you want to hear it.
Hit me.
Okay, so I thought I would go with the dream or sleep type theme.
Okay.
So this is titled Sending Z-Mail.
Okay.
Okay, with remote work gaining traction recently, productivity has been a top priority. Now more than ever, writing emails and having virtual meetings seems like second nature. For some individuals, sending emails can even be done in their sleep. A New York Times article reports about a woman who experienced sending several emails, during an 8-minute period in the middle of the night when she was sleeping.
Oh.
It is also noted that the messages had unusual capitalization, punctuation, and language. One email was sent to a friend that said it was spelled ! All capitals, help me please. The please is spelled P-L-E-E-E-E-E-S-E. Please. Oh my God. Followed by an invitation for dinner and drinks. Dying. Followed by an invitation.
Pretty good.
For dinner and drinks. I'm dead. Hilarious. That's the only one they talk about, but her friends were very confused by these emails.
That is hilarious.
And when they asked her about it and they showed them to her, she had no memory of sending these emails.
Really?
She just was like, out. So that I thought that was pretty.
That's
hilarious.
pretty funny.
Yeah. So make sure you like close that laptop and like
log out.
Log off or something, and so you can't get up in your sleep and send crazy emails.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Listen, if anybody ever gets like a nasty email from me, I'm gonna claim it a sleep email.
It was sleep email. I was sending Z-mail.
I was sending Z-mail.
Hilarious. But anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. Skinny scoop.
I do like that. That was good. Some Z-mail. Yes. Unfortunately, I don't have any other good sleep stories. But I will say what I've got here is I watched The Eyewitness.
She watched some more.
I watched some more. Sorry, guys. And so I've got some facts that I wrote down. So listen, we were talking about getting you a plant for your...
Yes, and I still want one for my office because supposedly it's like, it can help clean the air in your office.
Yeah.
Because my office is kind of stuffy and
Yeah.
The windows don't open, but
And I said that J-Dog in her office, she's got this little like green and pink one.
And that's the one I want.
Yeah, look at how cute it is.
That's a Lady Valentine.
Lady Valentine, that's your pink.
That's what it is. I gotta say that. You sent me a picture of that, and I'm like, yes, that's exactly. And I read the description, and this is like a good one for Well, and what kind of spurred it is because I walked by. I was over in the O'Fallon branch, and I walked by my coworker's office, and he has a ton of plants all over his office, and I was like, I didn't take him for a plant guy, but apparently, and I was like, oh my gosh. This looks amazing in here. Yeah. Where do you get all these plants? I think his girlfriend was giving him a bunch of plants. But it looks great. And I was like, I don't have a single plant.
It really brightens up the room.
It looks amazing. I loved it. So yeah, it is a goal of mine to get that little green and pink plant that you sent me.
Yeah.
To the picture of.
Yeah. J-Dog's got a cute little pink pot that it's in, so cute. It matches.
Okay.
Oh my goodness, cute. Well, so I got some plant things about the rainforest. Okay.
All right, hit me with it.
Okay.
Let's see how amazed I'll be.
Well, speaking of houseplants, okay. So did you know that most houseplants, in fact, originate on the ground level of the rainforest? Most of them come from the ground level of the rainforest, and I'll tell you why.
Really?
Yep, I'll tell you why. It's
already
because,
amazed.
It's because, the key to a good houseplant is that it doesn't require a lot of sunlight. And the ground level plants don't require a lot of sunlight because the canopy blocks most of it.
Makes sense.
So that's why a lot of those come from there. Yep.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, as of the eyewitness video being recorded from video back in like 1990, whatever.
Yes.
As of then, 25 different plants have been identified as having cancer-fighting properties that are just in the rainforest. 25 different plants.
Yeah. Okay, so I've actually read a thing about that so many medicines and different healing things have come from the rainforest. That's why it's like, are you insane? Why are you chopping this down? We need it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we haven't found. They estimate that like for everything that we've found, it's like there's at least that many, if not twice as many things that we haven't kind of thing like identified as far as like species of plants, mushrooms, insects, whatever. Bigfoot, if you ask Ashley.
Yeah, true.
No, Ashley believes that Bigfoot lives in North America.
That's a whole nother podcast on urban legends. There we go. We'll come back to that.
When our everything is back.
When Ash has some time to
and you are back.
When I am healthy again.
We'll
knock on wood.
Okay, this one is called a Rafflesia plant. Okay. The way that it survives, because it's kind of on the ground level, not a lot of sunlight out on the ground level, but that's where it lives. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. The way it survives is it sinks its roots into vines of other plants and steals nutrients from them.
Oh, sneaky.
So that it doesn't need to absorb sunlight. It just gets them directly from other plants.
Gotcha.
And this plant, the Rafflesia, produces the largest flower in the plant kingdom.
Oh, wow.
It's 39 inches.
Oh, that is pretty big.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty darn big.
That's okay. That's over 3 feet.
How do you spell that? I gotta look this up.
I'll tell you what it is, because here's the thing. You probably know it by its more common name, which is the corpse flower.
Oh, yeah.
And then when it blooms, it smells like rotting meat.
They have that over at the Botanical Gardens, and they actually, if you follow them on Facebook like I do, they'll tell you when it's going to bloom.
Yeah.
But I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to go smell that.
Yeah, when it blooms, it smells like rotting meat because it attracts animals to come basically pollinate it.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. There's things that like have...
You're right. I've heard of that.
Yeah. So I was like, you probably don't know it as a Rafflesia.
I do not.
But you probably know it as a corpse flower.
Corpse flower, yeah.
But yeah,
I
didn't know that it sinks its roots into other plants.
I didn't know that either.
I know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing. There's such
they're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
actually
enormous. Very big.
It's the largest. It produces the largest flower of any plant.
I've seen the one at the Botanical Gardens, but not when it was blooming, because it only smells like that really when it's like...
Yeah, when it's blooming.
Blooms, yeah. So...
Because when it's blooming, that's when it's like the, what do I call them, stamens of the flower. Insects can get to those.
Exactly,
right. And the pollen is there and all that kind of stuff.
And they carry it somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's why when it blooms is why it smells like that, because it's attracting all these insects to come to the thing, which will then pollinate and go find other ones that smell terrible and pollinate.
Make new ones. What do you know? Oh, I have to tell you this.
Okay.
I discovered something.
Yes, you were telling me something exciting. Okay.
I have two things
I'm going to cut out really boring animal facts if this is really good.
Okay. Did you know? I know how you like really big things.
Well, let's be more specific. That's really bad out of context. Okay.
I know you like things, oversized things. That better? I don't know. No,
I like things that look like normal things,
but they're
either big or really small.
She whispers, really small. Okay.
Like, I mean, could you imagine like little miniature tiny things?
Right.
Oh my God, hilarious.
Well, did you know that the world's largest chess piece is in St. Louis, Missouri?
Gasp.
Jaw just dropped. Speechless.
Gasp. If you don't gasp at that, you're
Would
just
you like to see a picture? You want to see a picture of it?
Of course.
Want to see a picture of it? Unbelievable. I didn't even know. Look at it.
That's pretty big.
That's pretty darn big.
That's pretty. Is it at the chess museum?
Let's see.
Because
it measures 20 feet tall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and 9 feet 2 inches in diameter at the base. Weighs 10,860 pounds.
Oh my God.
It's 53 times larger than like the model of it. Regular sized king. It's a king.
Mm-hmm. The standard size.
The standard size king. I'm trying to find out where it is.
Because there's like a chess museum or something like that in St. Louis.
It is certified by the Guinness Book of World Records, actually, even too. It's St. Louis Chess Campus.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where it is. It's at the World Chess Hall of Fame.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's called. It's in the
Here's
World.
Another one.
The World Chess Hall of Fame is in St. Louis. Did you know? It actually.
St. Louis, the U.S. chess capital? St. Louis is the U.S. chess capital? Did you know this?
I know it now. We're gonna have to go.
I was like, it's over in St. Louis. We got to go find it.
We gotta go find it. Also, I'm like,
20 feet tall. That's a big chess piece.
This is like going through like some pictures of it on my desktop, and it's showing all these different like chess sets and whatnot. I guess they have behind, and they're like really fancy looking. They're very cool.
There it is. World Chess Museum.
Nerd.
World Chess Museum. World Chess Hall of Fame. Right, in St. Louis, Missouri. There it is.
I'm shocked.
This is it. I was like, I just saw this out of the blue one day, like on Facebook. You know, you just kind of scrolling around and there'll be random stuff on there. And I was
free.
Like, that's in St. Louis?
It's free to go.
I had no idea.
But admission is free.
Okay.
But a suggested donation of $3 per person or $5 per family will support our exhibits and education programs.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But it is free to go. That's hilarious.
Who knew there was a world's largest item right just across the river from us? So how cool is that? Plus, here's the story I was gonna tell you. So I'm on the phone with my favorite Russian today.
Okay.
Who is, I will just say his first name is Boris.
Okay.
So he's actually Belarusian, but he's been a customer for a long time, so he's
super nice guy.
Always brings me some nice wine at Christmas. It's great. Anyway, he actually lives in Chicago. Okay, in the Chicago area. And I was in Chicago the first week of June, and he called, and I saw in my email that he had left a voicemail. The phone will shoot me an email saying that there's a voicemail. So I texted the loan officer, and I had said, hey, give Boris a call. I can see I have a voicemail from him.
Okay.
And so he did. And we were getting ready to go to a concert, and I was in the hotel room.
Okay.
And I had the news on while I was kind of like flattering my hair and stuff. And so then there's this news story, and they say where there's a house that burned down. Oh. And they say the neighborhood, and I know that this is Boris's neighborhood. I know that this is where he lives. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I know someone who lives there.
Yeah.
And then they go on to say that they get the fire out. Thankfully, it had not spread to like other houses because it had rained recently, and so that was good. But they get the fire out, and then they discover 2 bodies, like with gunshot wounds.
Yes.
They found these bodies, and I'm like, what? So I hear the story, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Well, I hear the story, and then thinking of that, Boris calls me today. That's what the voice message was about. He called me and said, and he was, the voice message, when I finally listened to it, was him kind of like frantic, like, there's a fire and next door, and I don't even know what he wanted. I can't even remember what he wanted, but it was crazy. So I talked to him today. I said, hey, okay, so give me the story on this house fire.
Yeah.
I said, I was in Rosemont, which is just outside of Chicago. He's like, you were in Rosemont? That's 15 minutes away from my house. He's like, why? So first he was mad at me that I didn't tell him I was going to be in town. I said, okay, next time I'm up there, I'll let you know. So he's like, I said, what? I said, I saw it on the news. And I knew it was your neighborhood. I recognized the name.
Yeah, the name.
And he says, yeah. So here's the story. This lady, older lady, owns this house, right?
Okay.
And she has a son with her, lives with her. Okay. And not real personable people, apparently. Okay.
Real you ain't just whistling Dixie.
Kind of kept to themselves.
Okay.
You know, and I guess there was, and so, well, it turns out this is Boris's next door neighbor. This is the house next to him.
If you don't guess that, you're just not Gasper.
And he says to me, I guess at one point with this lady living there, the son had done something and kind of gotten into it with his wife. And so Boris goes over there and tries to like, hey, let's talk about it. You know, we're neighbors. Let's like try to do this. Let's all try to just live peacefully and friendly, whatever. And they wouldn't talk to him. They wouldn't come out.
Oh.
And so he left. And then they never really had any issues after that. Okay. And so then it turns out he found out that she had like 5 sons. Okay, not just one.
To be clear,
but only one lived there.
When Boris got involved, the neighbor's son had gotten into an altercation with the neighbor's
with his wife, with Boris's wife.
Okay, yeah. So I was like
he had said something to her, yelled at her, or whatever.
Okay, because at first I thought you were saying that like the son had a wife and those two were getting, and Boris just kind of like was going over to smooth, and I was like interesting, but no, it was with Boris's wife.
And he had gone over again, tried to smooth it over and be like, okay, listen, let's all just try to live peacefully into. Well, they wouldn't come talk to him, and that was kind of the end of it.
Sure.
So nothing really ever happened, and he was very thankful for that.
Okay.
Because the mother dies, okay, like 2 weeks before this fire, and none of them knew. They didn't even know, because that's how much they kind of had kept to themselves. And then he would, like he said, you know, all of a sudden you would see these other gentlemen come and go, and it turns out she had 5 sons.
Okay.
And I guess the other ones wanted to sell the house.
Oh, but the one that was living there, of course, didn't want to
do it. But apparently there was like a huge loan because it was a house and then a bunch of land too, a lot of land.
Sure.
And in that area, it's a lot of money. I mean, so I guess there's a huge loan, and they're like, we need to sell this house, and he's not going to do it. And I don't know whose name was on the loan or anything. It was just who knows. He didn't know any of that either. And then he's like, they still don't know what happened. If one of them snapped, if one of them wanted to burn it down and claim insurance. They don't even know what happened, but
2 bodies.
2 of them got into it, and 2 people got killed. 2 of the brothers
shot, and then the house,
and then somebody set the house on fire. I was like, I was in Chicago when that happened. I knew
that was wild.
And then he tells me it's his next door neighbor.
That's wild.
And he tells me, he's like, I'm just so glad none of them snapped when he had gone over there. I was like, oh my god,
that's wild.
Can you even imagine?
No.
Crazy.
That is wild.
Wild story. So he's telling me the story, and the whole time he's telling me, you know me, I'm like, oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm sad. I just hear the whole thing, gasp.
Yeah. That was fine. On the phone with him, and I'm just like, you got to be kidding with me. He's like,
excellent.
no, I'm not kidding with you. You know.
What a story.
What a story. Yeah.
Well, equally exciting, the World Chess Hall of Fame.
Oh, the giant chess piece! How cool is it? It's near. We gotta go see this.
Well, it's near Forest Park. It's like right next to it.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
and
we definitely have to go see this.
Do you know where the basilica is?
Yeah.
It's like a street over.
Oh, okay. Well, easy to find.
Well, 2 in one day. I tell you what, we gotta go because the basilica is actually also very,
very cool.
I got my beef with the Catholic Church and purgatory, but I will already know. I will say, yeah.
Okay, you know what? You know what we need to do?
I just looking at this map, I just realized that the Muni is actually the Municipal Theater.
It is, yeah. You never had heard that?
It was the Muni. So it was in all caps. I was like, maybe it stands for something.
It's
short. Maybe Mr. Muni is who opened it. I don't know.
It's just shorter and easy to say.
Wow.
You need to tell the damn ham joke.
I gotta tell the damn ham joke.
Well, it's leftovers, and I've been jabber-jabbering. Well, I have to tell you, this joke is probably one of my favorite jokes because my brother Dan told me this joke when we maybe had been in high school. We were young. You tell it.
All right.
Because, of course, I told it to you, and it's...
Okay, well...
Once you were an adult.
I'm not really good at telling jokes, but here we go. So, a woman goes to the butcher because she's got to get something for dinner.
Store.
Yeah. Well, it could be the butcher.
Oh, okay. I was waiting for you to say, who's telling the story?
Who's telling the story?
You told me to tell it. Okay, go.
Woman goes to the butcher to buy something for dinner, and she asks, "Do you have a special on anything?" And the butcher says, "Well, I have some damn ham." And the woman says, "Sir, there is no need to curse." Right. He goes, "No, that's the brand is damn ham." And sure enough, there it is. So she said, "Oh, well, I'll take some." All right. So he cuts her some, and she takes it home, makes it for the husband. Husband comes in, "Honey, what is this? What are we having for dinner?" And she goes, "Well, we're having some damn ham." And the husband, "Honey,
such strong language.
Such strong language. What's wrong? What's going on?" And she says, "Oh no, this is the brand." She explains to the husband. He goes, "Oh, makes sense." So now they're sitting down to dinner. The husband, the wife, and their son is there. And the husband says to the wife, "Can you pass the damn ham?" And the son says, "Now you're talking, Pops. Pass the fucking potatoes."
Now you're talking, Pop. Pass the fucking potatoes.
Now you're talking, Pop. Pass the fucking potatoes.
Can you even imagine? My brother tells me the joke, and I'm losing it. And we still laugh about that to this day. If we get together for dinner, somebody says, "Pass the damn ham," because we always. My dad loves ham, so we always got some nice ham in the fridge. So of course somebody says, "Pass the damn ham," and then somebody says, "Now you're talking." And of course we have to say it under breath so our mom doesn't hear. "Pass the fucking potatoes." Pass the fucking potatoes. And we all crack up.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh man, that is good stuff. So that's the damn ham joke.
That's the damn ham joke.
That's the leftover damn ham joke.
Finally got that one out there. All right, we good to go then?
We're good to go.
All right. Well, folks, I don't know about you, but after this, I'm gonna need some serious beef.
And now, finally, some serious damn ham. Maybe some fucking potatoes.
Bye.
Goodbye.